So for my film this week, I watched The Nice Guys, which is directed by Shane Black and stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Uh, I had never heard of this movie before. I had never seen it before, so I didn't really have any assumptions going into it other than I expected that I was going to enjoy it because I pretty much will watch anything that's got Ryan Gosling in it, and I also really like Russell Crowe as well. They're both really good actors. Um, so yeah, I was expecting to enjoy it, and I definitely did enjoy it. I was following along and honestly laughing my ass off the entire time I was watching this movie. This is a main part of that was definitely a lot of the jokes were given a very like deadpan delivery where they'll just like they'd say some like wacky outlandish statement and no one would bat an eye at like how weird that was. That someone was saying and acting that way. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I exceeded my expectations because I didn't really have any. Um, Type of genre of film, it's definitely more kind of action adventure comedy type film. Yeah, I definitely was pretty engaged because I thought it was very well written, and I mean a lot of the jokes. I didn't think there was any kind of jokes in there that were groaners, at least in my opinion. I didn't hear an actor like a character say a line and went like, like no. I was pretty much laughing along with everything. Um, Seeking out more films by this filmmaker. Probably not. This is like one of the few like Shane Black films that I've seen that I actually enjoy because I've seen another one of his films which was the 2018 Predator movie, and yeah, I'm sorry to say anyone who's watching this video who's a fan of that movie, I'm sorry, but in my personal opinion that movie was awful. I mean, I've been a long time fan of that franchise, and just it definitely he Shane Black dropped the ball with that. The tone was way off. No, so I don't think I'll watch any other of his movies just from his other work that I've watched. I haven't really enjoyed it. Um, but this movie was really good. Um, I think one of the things that I found particularly interesting about this film, honestly, was the soundtrack, because it takes place in the 80s, not the 80s, sorry, late 70s in Hollywood and California. So, its soundtrack has a lot of that kind of like boogie, kind of like that kind of stuff that you'd expect to hear in like a old like 70s kind of like cop movie, buddy cop kind of movie. It had a lot of that, and I think it fit the film really well because it had a bit of a like kind of mystery, more serious kind of plot going on, but at the same time, it was still pretty goofy. So I think that honestly, that mixed really well with having, these action scenes of people punching and fighting and shooting at each other all the entire time. That's just like you just hear all like the in the background. I think it worked really well. Yeah, and I mean, of course, all the action scenes I thought were pretty well choreographed. Um, like one of the ones that I thought really stood out to me that I just thought was cool was Russell Crowe's character. For the life of me, I can't remember his name. He was in a fight with another character who was played by Keith David, and they were fighting around a hot tub at a party. And Keith David's character, his gun gets knocked out of his hand and flies off into the hot tub. And later at the end, Keith David is trying to drown Russell Crowe's character in the hot tub. And as he's putting him down there, Crowe's character grabs the gun and shoots Keith David in the leg through the hot tub. I thought that was a pretty cool use of like, they threw the gun away so it becomes a fist fight, but then it comes into play later at the end. I thought that was pretty neat. Uh but yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Had a lot of good laughs, and I would recommend it to anyone else who might seem interested. But yeah.